know I'm about to timestamp it. It's February 14th, 2026, approximately 4:13 p.m. on that eastern side. We done flipped them poles, so it might be western, but then again, y'all know I don't know. But I know one goddamn thing on that birth certificate. They named me D'Amica. And they put that shit in all caps too. So that mean they was standing on business when they named me D'Amica. So I'm D'Amica. It's time for hashtag Lost Souls Tarot Cards, our portals to truth. And we about to stand on business and reveal some truths. All right, so while y'all chime on in, y'all already know this day is considered the love day. It's considered the love day. So y'all in love or not? Y'all in love out there or not? What's going on out there? All right, so let me finish getting. Make sure y'all can see the line in the background. A roar. Can y'all see that line? Always have faith over fear, no matter what. All right, so being that it's still considered Valentine's Day, go down the rabbit hole so y'all got what Valentine's Day is about. Before we jump into this transmission, I would like to thank all that have subscribed, all that's thinking about subscribing, all that don't want to subscribe. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. But as you can see by the thumbnail, and as you can see by the description here, ooh, somebody promises to be trustworthy in spiritual court due to their inflated pride. So we have a fall from grace that's happening here, okay? So right before I came onto the transmission, I pulled from the music because I'm like, okay, we're gonna pull from the music tier deck here and figure out what kind of music is out there for Valentine's Day, right? So I pulled from music, and what came out was Sierra's Promise, and then Ooh by Young Ma, right? Or Young M.A. or whatever its name is, right? And then I was like, okay, what is the oracle deck trying to tell us? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going with this, divine? Where are we going with this, spirit? So then Be Trustworthy came out. And I was like, ooh, okay, what we talking about? So Be Trustworthy is talking about, divine attributes, support, faithfulness, reliable, honest, and something with integrity. Something has integrity here, whether it's you, me, whatever's going on within this situation. And then I was like, okay, this came out with it. Spiritual court, okay? So spiritual court came out, and this is revolved around the court of ancient of days, a legal system that operates in the spiritual realms here, okay? Jurisdiction in the spiritual or religion, the court of mediation, court of petition, the throne of grace, the court of Mount Zion, the court of the accuser, okay? And then we also have the Six of Wands reverse that came out. So that's our fire signs there. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius there. And the Six of Wands reverse is talking about something with inflated pride, a fall from grace, egotism, disrepute, lack of recognition, resignation, and not receiving the acknowledgement that you deserve. Okay, so thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to go ahead and work with these 4 tiers that we have here under column 1, which is the music. We're going to pull out some more music and figure out what the music is trying to tell us within this read. I also wanted to show y'all something here. Where is it? I had it here. I don't know where it went. All right, I lost it. But it was a chain that my 13-year-old son has that says no love on it, right? And the heart was heartbroken on it, right? So I was like, dang, could this reading be about no love? But we finna find out. I know y'all here for tarot, so we're going to get into tarot, but you're going to listen to my little spiel, too. I'm a monologue, too. Okay, so thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We're definitely going to start off with the music deck here, okay, for column number 1. And just so I won't lose you all, let me show you where we're at so far. What up, y'all? All right, so this is the beginning of the read here. We got 4 columns that we're working with. The first column is going to be our music column, right? Off the break. What up, Hannah? What up, baby? Off the break with the music deck, Sierra came out talking about promise, right? And then on the back of that, Young M.A. was talking about, ooh, you dig what I'm saying? So I was like, ooh, who promising something, right? So then I went to the Oracle deck, and I was like, what you trying to tell us? And the Oracle deck was like, be trustworthy. So, ooh, somebody's promising to be trustworthy in spiritual court here, right? Because it's a fall from grace that's happening here, right? Something you weren't receiving the acknowledgement that you deserved, okay? So let's get into this read. We're going to start with column 1 with the music. And we're going to keep column 1 specifically let the music talk to us, okay? We're specifically going to let the music talk to us. Columns 2, 3, and 4, we're then going to go to the tarot deck and we're going to go to the oracle deck. But I don't like holidays, so y'all know I love y'all anyway. You know I love y'all anyway. All right, so thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We're moving on to column 1. What kind of messages will the music tell us with column 1? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. All right, so let's get into it. Somebody promises to be trustworthy in spiritual court here, okay? And you have to understand that spiritual court, that is the legal system that operates in the spiritual realms here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. I saw that. I saw that. Ooh, that's a little bit too much for me. Let's bring it back. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's see what kind of messages we got from the music realm. All right. So somebody's going to spiritual court for you, okay? And they're being trustworthy at this time. They're dealing with an inflated pride here, a fall from grace here. You were receiving a lack of recognition here, okay? Acknowledgement that you deserve. You didn't receive that shit, okay? So now let's see what the music is saying. The music is saying, the music is the soul. The rhythm is the spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Stand on your truths, okay? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, music. Something revolved around secret human trafficking, okay? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We got another one coming out. We got the missus coming out. So it could be revolved around a woman. Divine and Spirit said, "Nuck if you buck." Oh, shit. It might be a woman involved. Somebody better not sign. Whatever's going on, be careful. Read over the contracts here, okay? This Planes, right? Planes by Jeremiah and J. Cole and You the $1 Million Baby. This is about some money here. You might have to get on a plane. You might have to travel a little bit here. Don't forget, whatever's going on with this court is going to be played out into legal court. I believe so here. Because if it's already happening in spiritual court, that means they already have it done. It's getting ready to play out in this 3D realm here, okay? So yikes. Don't sign, okay? Read over your paperwork. Let me hold some money when you get your shit. Read over your paperwork, though. The music is saying, remember, the music already told us about this here, right? So the music is saying, I heard the screams of the children. The music is saying, all cultures are under judgment. If you fear death, you will die. Okay? We got something about a middle child here. Who is that? J. Cole? Something about a middle child. The name Cole could be involved. J. Okay? And we got ordinary tone on here. Okay? Her. Back to the her. The missus. The number 3 in the middle here. Right? We're decoding shit here. Okay? Something about this industry. The RIAA might be involved here. Ooh, they promise to be trustworthy in spiritual court. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Something going on. Y'all know with that Diddy shit. They was being foolish. My fault. You good, beloved. They was being... Shut this door right here, too. Thank you, baby. They was being foolish. Whatever's going on. So that's what the music told us. So now we're going to go ahead to column number 2 now. Now, column number 2, we already know. Ooh, they promised something. Now, they promised to be trustworthy. This is column number 2, right? Column number 2. They promised to be trustworthy. We're going to go ahead and tap into some tarot at this time. And the remainder of the time for column number 2, 3, and 4 will be tarot, okay? So column number 2, they being trustworthy. These are divine attributes here. Very supportive, faithful, reliable, honest. They have integrity. Now we finna find out why. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit, for all the messages. Thank you too, General Collective, because without us, we couldn't make these messages come into life here. Thank you, General Collective. That's what the fuck we do. Thank y'all. Ashe. All right, so they're being trustworthy, right? They're being supportive, but why? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to take all that. We're going to take it all. Divine, thank you, Spirit. All right, so being trustworthy because justice was reversed. Mm. So somebody was trying to avoid the consequences with legal complications, right? It was unfairness, it was dishonesty, it was a lack of accountability, and it was biased judgments. All right. So now the Ace of Wands reverse here. They're being trustworthy because it was missed opportunities. It was creating blocks and a lack of direction, delays. They had the inability to start a project despite having the ideas here. They're being trustworthy. Sorry about that. Because of the Ten of Wands energy. Because they're feeling overwhelmed by the obligations, right? They feel burdened, like it's their responsibility, like hard work, or maybe you were burdened, you were overwhelmed by the obligations, and that's why they're stepping in to be trustworthy here. You have to understand that divine and spirit they done sent out these entities that took 3D form to help us out in so many ways that now they no longer in the spiritual court system, they in the court system. Whatever's going on here, they're being trustworthy because you were carrying a heavy responsibilities here. You were taking on more than you can handle here, okay? They're being trustworthy because the moon is in a reverse here, all right? Right? You may have been overwhelmed by fears and anxieties. It was deception around, unclear thinking. That deception left you with your unclear thinking. You was confused, right? It was a misinterpretation. It was illusions that was being brought out to you, that was given to you probably since fucking birth, okay? Death is reversed here, right? So they're being trustworthy because maybe you were in a mental prison, right? Or maybe they're in the mental, maybe something's happening where somebody's in a mental prison here, right? Yes, thank you, divine. Thank you, divine. They said that these other energies that were up against you, they are in a mental prison and they have a strong resistance to change. They're hanging on to a stagnant relationship. They're trying to avoid negative patterns now, but they won't let go. That's causing a loss of finances being unavoidable, okay? There's a dependence on relationships here in your light, okay? There's no growth due to the lack of trust. It caused self-esteem issues here. But there's a change in your career, whether it's maybe you have a business investor, maybe you're getting promoted at work here or something like that. It's something around work here, all right? It left them in the Hermit reverse energy here. So it's time to be trustworthy, divine and spirit says. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I hear you, right? Because they're left in the Hermit reverse mode, right? This is loneliness, excessive loneliness though, because they were reluctant to get the help here. They refused to learn from you and to learn from spirit and divine here. It was like a withdrawal with that fucking energy that wasn't being trustworthy there, okay? So now be trustworthy. Divine and spirit leaving you in the Queen of Pentacles energy. The Queen of Pentacles energy. It don't mean you gotta have titties and a vagina. You can have a ding-a-ling. This is energy, right? This is the energy of material, earthly, and financial aspects of life here. Caring and supportive figures here, okay? Nurturing, comfort, practical, right? Positive outcomes, whether yes or no is spoken, right? You provide for your family. You are nurturing in all relationships, God damn it. The whole suit of wands is here. It's time to be trustworthy, right? Be trustworthy in your energy. Be trustworthy in your drive, your willpower, your creativity, your power. This is the element of fire, a roar. Where'd the lion go? You ain't see the goddamn lion? Roar. This is the element of fire here, right? This energy is going to have you're going to have the ability to bring energy in any situation, God damn it. God damn it. This is willpower. You got it, okay? Because it's time to be trustworthy. You got this King of Wands energy here. Reverse, though. This bitch is fucking, they lost their goddamn vision. They can't see. Okay? They got impulsive decisions. They got controlling behavior. The inability to listen to others. All right? They're not seen for self-direction. They're seen because they're selfish. Right? They're not selfless. They're selfish. You understand? Broken promises. Possibly is leading to like unrealistic expectations. My goddamn scalp burning up. These motherfuckers don't like it. Talk about the fire. Roar, bitch. Judgment reversed again. Look at this shit. Justice came reversed. Judgment came reversed. Hermit came reversed. They don't like this shit. I wish I had a banana and some glasses. I don't like that shit. Uh-huh. Self-doubt is here for them. They was ignoring the call. They was avoiding and that's an important personal call right there. Right? This was a refusal to forgive. Oh, stank ass bitch, but don't worry. The Eight of Wands says be trustworthy. Because things are picking up in the pace in your life. It's like quick, fast, swift action here. Accelerated movement. Rapid progress here, okay? And now they in the Ace of Cups reverse energy. Be trustworthy in yourself. Be trustworthy in divine and spirit. Because goddamn if they ain't going through it. Emotional loss, blocked feelings, emptiness, inability to express themselves or receive love. Ain't that some shit? Now here they come. They're trying to reconcile. Five of Swords reversed. Want to compromise. They want to move on because they want to end the conflicts because they're defeated. They learned from their defeat, did they? Did they? Now they're trying to find ways to make peace and move on. Peace, bitch. Positive energy always creates elevation. Fuck out of here. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. So now we're going on to column number 3. Spiritual court. Ooh, they promise to be trustworthy. In spiritual court here, okay? Spiritual court, right? Spiritual court. The court of ancient of days here, okay? Let me move this over. Y'all see the line? I got to move this over a little bit here. Y'all saw the line, faith over fear. Always have faith over fear. All right. The spiritual court is a legal system that operates in the spiritual realm here, okay? Jurisdiction and spiritual over religion here, okay? The court of mediation, the court of petition, the throne of grace, the court of Mount Zion, the court of the accuser. Yeah. What's going on with that divine and spirit? Thank you, divine and spirit. Thank you, divine and spirit. What's going on with spiritual court? What kind of messages are we going to receive? Revolved around spiritual court. Why is spiritual court even here? Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I shut. Gotta ring the bell, y'all. I had to ring the bell. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I felt that, divine spirit. I felt that. Here they come. Because now they ass is in court. You see me starting to sweat and shit? Here they come. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. What's going on revolved around spiritual court? Thank you, divine. Because you got to understand when it's happening in the spiritual court, what you getting ready to receive is getting ready to play out in this goddamn 3D realm. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Ashe. Or it already has. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. We'll start with that right there. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Okay, so spiritual court is involved because somebody was in a magician reverse energy here, okay? Spiritual court involved because it's time for changes. The master of illusions, deception, and trickery, right? Pretended to have your best interests at heart. They was obsessed with power here, right? Reckless decisions, goddammit. An intention to manipulate for selfish gain. It could be your current state, whoever the fuck you is that just came in this channel. Welcome to the frequency. Welcome to the frequency. Yeah, they come in and out this motherfucker. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It could be your current state or your emotions. Collective, look at this shit. Didn't I already say deception and trickery? All right, so we got the 7 of Swords coming out here. They was fucking with your mind. Ain't that some shit? Spiritual court out here because they had strategic thinking. They were strategizing. They thought they were sneaky and getting away with something here. Deceptive. They was avoiding conversation through clever tactics here, okay? But poor timing, bitch. Hey, spiritual court here because they was like, we causing delays. They frustrated. 8 of Wands reversed. Poor timing. It's time for them to reassess their fucking approach when they come up against you, divine. Yes, you, collective. Yes, you. You are divine. You understand? You causing obstacles and shit. And their obstacles cause their delays. Your obstacles is causing delays out here. That's why that's why they in spiritual court. Look at you. Your night taking charge because they try to come for your emotions. They ain't just come for your mind. They try to come for your emotions. Your night energy taking charge, goddammit. Because you in proper touch with your emotions and your intuition. And you use them for your own well-being and your surroundings. You listen to your heart, whether it's of choice or if it's logical. You're very creative here, okay? Right? You could be very romantic and seductive here. They say energies like me are very masculine. Bitch, we got to. But we know how to bring the girls out when we want to. The fuck? So you could be romantic and seductive. You could be attractive and charming to others because your light damn sure is. Welcome to the frequency. Welcome. Okay? Your light and your darkness attractive to me, goddammit. Okay? So you can manifest as a person, an event, a life obstacle here. Flirtations is here. Goddamn, let's talk about love on this day, right? You could be falling in love, but you're falling in love with yourself first. You understand me? You're able to mediate through financial disputes. Your night taking charge. You understand? So here come the Six of Cups energy, right? Remember that magician reverse? This bitch that came out first? This why they in spiritual court. Because they want you to go back to your childhood memories now. They want you to go back. Now, here's what's most important about going back. I hope you went back and you got that child that was traumatized. You got that young adult that got fucked up back in the day. I hope you did go back, collective, and go get them. Right? Right. Yeah. Because past, present, and future is now. You can't leave them. That's why a lot of folk be having shadows and shit. You can't leave them motherfuckers back there. You got to go back right and take they got to take your motherfucking hand and you got to pull them in. With all that trauma, all that hurt, all that pain. Fuck you gonna leave them for. Anyway, they want you to have childhood memories and shit. They want you to go back in a nostalgic energy, right? So you can reconnect with childlike joy. Now go back, but be cautious. They want you to be in that innocence, right? Remember, you're the fool on this fucking journey, right? An innocent ass journey that they done tried to turn corrupt time and time again. Hey, Chronos, they don't even realize with all the fucking calendars that they done created that they done ran out of motherfucking time and time again. Now the Emperor reversed. This is why spiritual court here. So the Magician reversed. Now the Emperor reversed. Right? This excessive control. Spiritual court here because of a misuse of power. Now they trying to come and fuck with my throat. I wish the fuck you would. Bitch, you already know when your energy come, I'ma say what I need to say when I gotta say it, and it's gonna be said. Whether I stutter, somebody might stutter out this bitch. I don't know. But you got me fucked up. Okay? They got rigid thinking. Scattered energy. That's what just happened. It's scattered energy. The inability to adapt to change here. Right? And don't worry. Y'all know I read all them comments at the end. Beloved, y'all know how I get down. It's gang out here. And if you happen to see any flying monkeys come up in these comments, beloved, y'all don't give them a drop of your goddamn energy. That's another way that you welcome them into your energy. It's easier through this online platform right here. I'm just trying to get y'all game. I got fucked up trying to follow a master teacher after the master teacher after the master teacher when I didn't have and I didn't realize that I was my own damn master teacher, right? And a lot of them motherfuckers was in the magician reversed energy, the emperor reversed energy, male or female, right? And they doing this trickery through this goddamn black mirror, this motherfucker here. Let's talk about wands. Let's talk about wands. Spiritual court here because it was a conflict in your life. It might be still existing or it's brewing. Spiritual court here because it might blow up in somebody's face. It's a problem with communication. It's the feelings of jealousy, greed, and envy here, okay? They trying to cope with their emotions in a civil manner, and that's a must, but they can't, right? Because it's a problem with communication. They lying about something. right? They don't want to listen to each other. They don't even want to listen to themselves, right? Steady facing competition, but they're not realizing that they're competing against themselves, right? That's the shadows. The shadows is like if you tell a lie type situation, you create that truth out of deception. A lie is the truth. That's the fucking, hey, this is shadow work 101 right here, right? Those the shadows that you create, beloved. Right there. That's spell work. That's spell work 101. Lying. Gossiping off of lies. See, gossip goes two ways too. They can gossip about you in a good way, and they can gossip about you in a bad way. But bitch, gossiping is gossiping, goddammit. All right, so now the Empress, her stank ass coming out reverse. Spiritual court here, because she was like, shit, I sucked my nigga off, and he still can't do his motherfucking job. Fuck that. Let me bring my stank ass out. Then this bitch came out talking about, oh shit, I can't make it happen because I got to create a block, right? The Empress reverse, disconnected from nature and the community and creativity. Issues with nurturing herself, nurturing itself. It could be a male or a female here, but they got issues with nurturing themselves here. So they can't nurture others. They got a dependency on your energy. You understand? Energy vampires. You understand what I'm saying? Now look at this shit here. This, look, this what they ended in spiritual court. This why they here. Because it's bonds between family and community that has been broken or twisted. In the Ten of Cups reverse energy, domestic peace and comfort is unrealistic. Instead of connection, there's distance, right? They need to learn to treat one another with respect, but they don't got respect for themselves here, collective. You understand what I'm saying? It's causing isolation at work, a short fling. It's arguments with family over money, a hostile workplace, hostile environment. You got meddling relatives and shit. Spiritual court. Spiritual court. So now we're going to move on to column 4. And then you already know, before we move on to column 4, we're gonna move on to column 4. So there's a fall from grace here, right? The 6 of Wands came out reversed. There's a fall from grace here, right? It's inflated pride, egotism, a lack of resignation and recognition, not receiving the acknowledgement you deserve. Okay, so thank you, divine, thank you, spirit, for all the messages that we've received thus far. And if you haven't done so already, if you want to, y'all can subscribe or nah. You dig what I'm saying? But it definitely helps the algorithm. We almost at 500, y'all. And I just came on here trying to do this for fun. Making this shit my full-time motherfucking job. I fuck with spirit and divine and all the energies. All the energies from centuries ago. 250 million years ago, bitch. So we got 6 of Wands reversed. That's here. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Ashe. All right, let's see what's going on here. It's a fall from grace that's here. A lack of recognition. But remember, ooh, they promised to be, ooh, what's that? Take that down. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. They promised to be trustworthy. Ooh, they promised to be trustworthy in spiritual court, right? Because you wasn't receiving the acknowledgement that you deserved, right? It was a fall from grace. I got a little bit, and then we're going to get a little bit more here. So it's off the break, the Lovers came out here, right? Off the break, let me get it, y'all. The Lovers came out, right? So this is a fall from grace, right? Harmony in a relationship, union, choice, love, meaningful connections, important life choices based on values. So you ain't gotta be fucking somebody to be in the Lover's energy. You understand what I'm saying, collective? You understand? This could be somebody that just wanted to support you because they seen that your ass was a star seed. They seen the energy in you, and they just wanted to support you the best way that they could because they knew the bullshit that you had dealing in your motherfucking life here. So off the break, the Lovers come out here, all right? So the Lovers come out, and then remember, it's the fall from grace here. So the Queen of Pentacles come reversed because her greedy, jealous, envious ass coming over money here, okay? And it could be a male or a female, right? But their energy is very materialistic. Their energy, right? It's like a work-home conflict. It's a need for self-care. There's a need for balance ASAP, right? Within that energy. They need to self-reflect. They need to be mindful of financial choices, but they fucking greedy, right? They spend all your goddamn money, all of it. And your children's money too. They got all kinds of accounts in your motherfucking name, bitch. Go check overseas. It's a need for balance between personal and professional life, but they put everything above you. They sloppy with the Eight of Pentacles reverse energy. They sloppy. They got poor workmanship. It's a lack of focus. They took shortcuts. They lazy, very lazy, meaningless work here. They copy off of everybody else, but can't keep up with that energy. So then they take their recognition here. You see what I'm saying? A lack of commitment to work and skill build. Ugh. They in a King of Swords reverse energy. They all in a fucking mind here. Mental prison. Harsh. Emotional weakness. They struggling with fear that drives controlling behavior. It's like a sense of chaos here. And they struggling to maintain that order too. Whether it's in their life or the chaotic life that they've created outside of the life that they created with you. Because please believe me, bitch, this bitch got 9 lives. Whatever energy I'm talking about, they got 9 fucking lives. You just got a version of one of their fucking lives. But they struggling to maintain that fucking order. Okay? A misuse of power, corrupt authority figures, lack of structure and discipline. But look at you. Because they came up against the motherfucking star. We're at 3146. Came up against the star. Right? They didn't listen to you. A fall from grace. You gave them faith, renewal, power, and strength to carry on with not only your life, but their life, right? You are blessed by the universe. You hold within you all that you need for fulfillment. All your financial goals are met. The positivity brings career and love, life rewards here. Have faith that your manifestations are coming to life. You are the star. Remain courageous and fearless, beloved. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. And we're going to leave that right there. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the Oracle deck. And y'all know, I read all the comments at the end. If y'all got any questions, put it in the comment section. And if Divine and Spirit feels like they want to go ahead and work with that question, they absolutely will. 9 times out of 10, they will. We ain't got nothing else to do. All right, look at the girls. Look at the girls. The girls be true. See, and when you sit on the floor, people be thinking, well, I am overweight a little bit. But people, when you sit on the floor, it really be looking fucked up. All right, so for those that's just now coming in, it's always faith over fear and roar. Okay, so let me show you what we got so far. Let me show you what we got so far here. We started off with, ooh, remember? Young mom was like, ooh, somebody promising something, right? And I was like, Divine and Spirit, what the heck you talking about? So I pulled out the Oracle deck, and the Oracle deck, ooh, they promised to be trustworthy in spiritual court. Because somebody's at a fall from grace, and you were not receiving the acknowledgement that you deserve. So now, we're going to tap into the Oracle deck. And, let's see. We're just going to pull out something from the Oracle deck. I don't think I have to go column to column. This is pretty clear as to what we're working with here, okay? So let's just get some messages from the Oracle deck here, and then I'm going to read over the comments. And then we're going to close. The most important part is closing out these portals and cutting the cords from these energies with the prayer. Right? Whether it's your prayer, my prayer, if you happen to leave out of this motherfucking transmission, make sure your ass pray for them shadows that they attached to come fucking with you. All right, thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What kind of divine, clear, concise messages are we going to receive revolved around them? Ooh, they promise to be trustworthy in spiritual court because they notice that we're not receiving the acknowledgement that we deserve. There's a lack of recognition and resignation, right? Due to egotism. And somebody's at a fall from grace due to their inflated pride here. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Ashe. All right, let's see what's going on. What kind of messages are we going to get from the oracle deck here? Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I received all. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. All right, so we got these 6 names here: Nguyen, Flores, Green, Adams, Nelson, Baker. All right, you're staying from the path of righteousness here. So something was going on. Spiritual court is involved because something was staying from the path of righteousness. All right. That requires divine grace, repentance to be found, and intervention here. So they're running from the path of righteousness here. That's why they in spiritual court here. Golden rituals done showed up here. Okay. Right. Somebody might wear gold jewelry. They're using gold light while meditating. A golden enchantress. I call myself the golden enchantress. It's time to honor your body as a sacred temple. Confirmation. Honor your body as a sacred temple because you're destined for the final judgment here, okay? All must be revealed here, okay? What did it say? She is a man born a woman. She is a man born a woman. All right, all must be revealed. All right, utilize your power to clear out clutter, toxicity, and bad habits. Oh, shit. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit, for the messages that we are receiving. We are strong enough to receive these messages, and we know which way we're going to move. We surrender all ways that we have any confusions about which we want to move. We surrender all those feelings, doubts, and thoughts to you. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I saw that. I saw that, spirit. Thank you. Give me a little bit more, divine. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit, here. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Okay, so it's time to utilize your power to clear out clutter, toxicity, and bad habits. Develop healthier habits, okay? Divine and spirit saying you have not seduced anyone's wife or husband. You could be a B positive bloodline here, or somebody involved is of the B positive bloodline. You're a visionary. If that's your bloodline, you're a visionary here. You have the ability to manifest your dreams. You're a natural born magician here. Sigil magic, chaos magic, spellcrafter, fire magic. You're fast moving. You have boundless creativity. So if you didn't know that, be positive bloodline. You're a visionary. All right. This is over a fortune here. Okay. Spiritual court over a fortune, a victory, satisfaction guaranteed, a sale, a miracle. Praise for any and all of your abundance. Give praise for it. This is inner riches, unexpressed talents. Dreams are coming true. You're on a lucky streak. Let me hold something. The information in the description box. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I saw that. Something about an evolutionary axis is what I'm looking at. Your north and south nodes determine how your life's energy is used to fulfill your spiritual purpose here. Evolutionary axis. Y'all should have a notebook and pen when y'all see me. We learning and growing together. See, what you have to understand, collective, is be mysterious and mystical. You are one big old puzzle within yourself that you're collecting all these little puzzle pieces to put your puzzle back together. But in reality, you're just one puzzle piece to the biggest fucking puzzle that we're all putting together. That's why it's general collective. So be mysterious and mystical, okay? Beyond human comprehension. It can be difficult to understand, but you are hidden from ordinary human understandings. It's time to move in silence. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. We're at 38:54. What's this? Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Those who trigger strong emotions reflect parts of themselves. So you're a mirror. Okay, a lot of folk ain't gonna like you, and they're not supposed to, because you're mirroring how they're supposed to be. You're mirroring the energy that they're supposed to be in. They do not like your light. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. I saw that. Okay, so keep mirroring who you are. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirit. Something about celebrities and high profile moguls are in your energy, okay? That's how special you are. Please believe that shit. They steal your fucking energy. I told you. When people go to concerts, when you buy their tickets, when you listen to their music, when you look at their videos, this little black mirror right here is more than a motherfucking cell phone, laptop, computer, whichever way you looking at me during this transmission here. This is a channel, right? Believe it or not, I summoned your ass here, right? So you're acting as a source of they're acting as a source of negative spiritual influence. Okay, that's why they go into spiritual court, because they were at the celebrities. You see how they come out? The celebrities and high profile moguls are acting as a source of negative spiritual influence. It goes beyond sadness, okay? But please remember, we appear in different forms to help or teach beyond the physical. I told y'all that. They done took 3D form, goddammit. I'm one of them. Hey. A oracle. I'm one of them. An oracle is in the energy here, okay? An oracle is a spiritual conduit person, typically a woman, or a message serving as a direct, trusted channel for divine wisdom, prophecy, and guidance from higher realms. They can interpret messages from various energies, deities, and higher selves, okay? They're like the inner oracle. They're different from seers, but they can have the seer ability as well. They use tools like oracle decks, tarot cards, and other divination tools. And ancient priestesses, cryptic messages when you receive messages from oracles, okay? It is messages, they are the messenger of wisdom, and they can aid in various decision makings. Right? The oracle is in your energy. They in spiritual court because they have not cursed. You have not cursed anything, especially the divine. They in spiritual court because terrifying terrorists of ancient era. So this is going back ancient times here, okay? It's time to access your unconscious mind. And somebody got to take accountability. That's why they in spiritual court. This is the responsibility that involves individuals that holds individuals for their spiritual well-being and decision that they make. It recognizes one personal spiritual state, and accountability understands how choices impact this state here, okay? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get some zodiacs out real quick. We have 4216 before we get to these comments. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all know what my zodiac deck is more like an astrology deck. Constellations might come out. Planes, but y'all call them planets, might come out. Let's see where we go with this. Thank you, Divine. The equator is on the bottom. Balance is here. The equator is on the bottom. Balance is here. I'm trying to get it out. Balance is here. The equator, the perfect equilibrium between light and darkness, okay? It symbolizes harmony in nature. It reminds me of my aunt, okay? The balance, okay? Moment of balance. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What kind of zodiacs, star systems, planes are going to come out? Ashe. All right, let's see what we got here. Drop down your zodiac if you want to. Let's see what's coming out here. Somebody in spiritual court. You could be in spiritual court, but you're there because you were being attacked. Let's see what came out, though, y'all. Or you could be the attacker, right? Or you could be the one that's being trustworthy. We got a Sagittarius that came out here. Sagittarius, remember that your spirit animal is an owl or an elk. The dates November 23rd through December 21st can be relevant. The moon shapes your mood and your emotions here, okay? A Leo could be involved in the spiritual court, or a Leo could be involved. Focus on your creativity, charisma, and your self-expression. July 23rd through August 22nd. Virgo could be going to spiritual court. Everybody involved going to spiritual court. Excuse me. We got a Virgo in the energy here. Focus on practicality, hard work, and self-discipline. There's a reminder here. The spirit of the East. So something could have happened around the springtime here. But remember, spirit of the East. That's new beginnings are here. It's the dawning of a new day with the triumph of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, eternal cycle of rebirth and renewal, inspiration, and spiritual growth. Capricorn came out here. The dates December 22nd through January 19th could be relevant. Focus on your ambition, responsibility, and practicality, okay? We got Saturn that came out, reminding us to focus on discipline, responsibility, and structure. Ground your dreams into reality. Do not focus on the illusions, okay? Water signs came out here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all right? Reminding us that we can be ultra sensitive at times. We can be mysterious. We are highly intuitive. We have profound conversation. And the water signs are reminding us about fluidity, adaptability, and emotion. Sag, you came out again. Yes, you did. You came out again, Sagittarius. Focus on your adventure, optimism, and communication. This November 22nd through December 21st could be relevant. Something might have happened around the first quarter moon, and that's why they're in spiritual court. But focus on your new growth and achieving your goals. And then Pluto came out. Pluto came out reminding us, focus on transformation. Don't be too afraid of death. And death creates rebirth. Shout out to Pluto. All right. Let's see here what we got. Let's just get 4 out here. ABCs and 1, 2, 3s here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Just give us 4 portals. Ashe. Okay, hold on. I saw that. I got an A and a B. The B, body, birth, balance, builder, backbone, Taurus, harmony and partnership, nurturing energy. A, the breath of God, one God, unity, new beginnings, air, anger, Taurus again, creativity, pursuit of personal growth and truth. We'll take the first 4. I got an X and a Y here, right? So with the X, the number 24, the number 6, balance, transform, intersection of opposites, power to choose, a need for equilibrium in life, planet, spiritual completion, serpent. The letter Y, yearn, year, youth, yield. The number 7, fire or flame, fork, eagle, Horus, hawk, journey towards self-discovery. A T and a U. Again, X and Y. Heavy on the X and the Y. Heavy on the X and the Y. And that was a confirmation on the X and the Y. All right, let's read these comments. What up, y'all? While I read the comments, you can look over what we already did. Hannah Brummer, what up, baby? Welcome back, baby. Hannah Brummer said hi. I got Luz. De Luna 48 said it's good. It's going to be good. Jefferson-W said hi. Hannah Brummer said, so sad. I was putting in a competition without my permission. I'm putting in a gag order without my permission. Everything was done to me without my permission. I'm 53 years old and I'm saying, Juicy Coochie? Juicy Coochie? No, that's right, baby. They call her Drip Drop. Drip, drippity, drop. Hey, so Juicy Coochie 18929 said the following. Lying to these people with them little postcards from the dollar store. Oh, girl, I ain't get them. Oh, I did get them from the dollar store, girl. I got them from Family Dollar, the dollar store, Walmart. Juicy Coochie says, sweetie, why you lying? This foolish. Juicy Coochie, you still here? These trolls. Juicy Coochie, drip, drop. Drip, drippity, drop. Hannah Brummer said the following. was never confused. I was never not knowing what I did. I know exactly what I did. Under no illusions. I knew exactly what they were doing. I knew I was gifted since I was a kid. I kept it a secret. Was doing just fine before I met him. Then I had a little bit of fun with him. And then he died in my arms. When he died in my arms, he was very needy. He didn't want to leave me alone. I was never his girlfriend. I was his friend. I offered him friendship and I offered him guidance. He didn't take it and he stabbed me in the back, so he's not my friend anymore. I wasn't addicted to drugs either. I never had self-esteem issues. I love myself. I love the way I look, even when I'm fat, even when I'm thin. I adore myself. I created my business the way I wanted to see it. I love work. I love teaching. I love doing all the things I love. And then the devil came into my life and I saw that he was up to something. I was on to something and I had to save the world. I'm here to protect the innocent. My dream is to create a wellness village, a rehab center. That is my dream. I don't want to work with anybody. I want to create the life that I want my way. And then Blake Lauren Friday. Let me see if I said that right. 7525 say hello, happy Valentine's Day, and then say hi again. Love and light, yo, say hi. What up, y'all? Takapa, Tahana, her, hi, color, Australia. What up, baby? Good day, governor. I'm here from the US of A. Uh-huh. Michelle Ciata said hi. Takapa Tahana said yes. Hannah Brummer said the following. They weren't fucking with my mind. I was fucking with their mind. I know that's right, baby. They were doing things to me and I was doing it back to them. I was a reflection to them. The whole time they just chose evil. I heard their thoughts like a little rat in my head, like little cockroaches. I heard them while they were in their room and I was in my room. I didn't have to be away from them to hear them. Nobody was going to get away with anything because I was working. I had open enrollment and then I went to Israel. When I came home from Israel, I came to deal with them and tell on them. And then I was put in the hospital. Damn, Hannah. God would never put me in a lion's den without knowing that I contain those freaking cats. I know that's right. I am a divine feminine and a divine masculine. I'm not romantic at all. So then Mandeep dash D5T said, karma is here. Leo, rising born in the year of the dragon, in the hottest year in the UK, silence is power. Don't get lost in the noise. The frequency requires stillness. The Hannah Brahma said, I don't know what you're talking about because you don't know me. I already did my shadow work. I already did that. I'm a teacher. I am an ascended master. I am a professor at what I do. Oh, I hope y'all not take. See, when you take the messages personal, I'm just a messenger. You dig what I'm saying? And yeah, my energy be everywhere too. Like I'm sitting right here, but I'm somewhere else doing a whole high stake mission right now. You dig what I'm saying? But it's best not to take anything too personal when you coming up on these channels like that, Hannah. Debbie Moreland, subscribe. Thank you, Debbie. That's what's up. Hannah Brummer said, dude, I'm leaving you now because I am not traumatized. I already did my shadow work. I'm good. Oh, so something's triggered. So when I said that, Hannah, I think that's going back to the part where, hold on. It's time to be trustworthy in yourself, baby girl, beloved. If you took that personal, then that means that, you know what I'm saying, maybe you do got a little bit of shadow work. And shadow work, it never stops. You dig what I'm saying, Hannah? That shit never stops. It keeps going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny because we were made for this shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I think when you was, maybe something did hit home. You dig what I'm saying? But don't think that I ever come on here to just directly go for you. You dig what I'm saying? I'm on a whole nother mission. I created this channel to connect with my mysterious, mystical, unknown cosmic beings that have taken human form. You did, and I'm trying to navigate them to this realm called Earth. That from my point of view, from my perspective, and from the energies that I interact with. You dig what I'm saying, Hannah? So don't be taking shit so personal, beloved, or do. But when you take it personal, just don't do it on people on platforms like this. But because don't forget that I mentioned that there's a lot of energies that will come on here and use your energy that they just got off of here from what they just read, and then those shadows those energies will then be trying to come for you, beloved. And yeah, I mean, but you heavily protected just from being on this frequency right here, on this energy right here. Heavily protected, right? And that's why we cut the cords at the end with the prayer. And Hannah, you should know me by now. I done seen your name a few times. So you should know how I go when I interact with these energies and these spirits and divine and these shadows. Yeah, they use me as an avatar. You dig what I'm saying? So, beloved, yeah, I can feel your energy through these reads here. But let's get back to it. We got Man Deep. D5T said, I'm a nobody, but I am the one that suffered my whole life. But empathy remains. Stay blessed. Hannah Burma said, I had a great childhood memories. I have no problems with my past. I have no problems with my higher self. I love myself, all of me. She also said, whatever happens in my life happens for me. If it's good, if it's bad, I take it because that's what God gave it to me. And that's what I learned from. I don't make it mean anything. Joy, my light, my joy is God. Man Deep said, stay authentic, break the patterns. Sister, I have no hate. That just leads to chaos. The silence defeated their noise. God will bless those that deserve it. Debbie Moreland said, hello. Blissfully Evolving said, you beautiful sister, so are you. Mandeep said, I've spent too much time in the darkness, but lighthouses shine best at night. Mandeep said, yup, I will share that abundance to everyone that needs it. Debbie Moreland said, getting destiny. Mandeep said the following. Uh, it's painful going through the change. The electric voltage is unbearable sometimes. Mandeep threw up those prayer signals. Debbie Moreland said, I'm a Capricorn. Mandeep said, fire signs all align. Roar. Leos, rise. Mandeep said that, and I'm confirming it. Takapa Tahana said, Libra in the house. July Jotty said, Cancer in the house. And the gratitude said, hi. All right, I got all y'all, so let's go ahead and close out these portals with a prayer, y'all. And let's cut these cords from these energies that we done interacted with. Here we go. I rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected my way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly, anything and everything that I am connected to, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever the fuck was sent our way, and then it's sent back to its source because we are already sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that we may have agreed to while we was being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut and they are all ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. I am sovereign. You are sovereign. We are sovereign. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. All right, y'all. Much peace, much light, much love, but especially that motherfucking darkness. And it was always peace in. It should have never been peace out. And if ain't nobody tell y'all today that they genuinely love y'all, I want to tell y'all that I don't give a fuck what happens in life. Whether you did me dirty, whether you think you're going to do me dirty, or whether you got genuine love for me, just know that me, Damika, that's here on this thing called Earth right now, I fucking love y'all. Like in real life. You know what I'm saying? Let's close it out with these bells. Love y'all.